Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com. Today I'm going to share with you a bunch of different ways to prevent getting parasites in the first place, and these techniques I'm going to share with you also work not only to prevent getting parasites, but to help get rid of parasites if you already have them in your intestinal tract. Now, if you don't already know the effects of parasites, I have a video, I believe, where I discuss how parasites affect your health and the human body, but I'll just share with you briefly how they affect your health and what they do. Parasites are anything that lives off the host mechanism, you being the host, so parasites could be anything from parasitic worms to candida or yeast overgrowth, candida, fungus, fungal overgrowth, candida, basically all candida or actual parasitic worms. Today what I'm sharing with you is beneficial equally for parasitic worms and candida, and it's very beneficial if you want to either prevent getting candida or parasitic worms, or both, and or get rid of them, or begin to kind of shrink that candida overgrowth, or shrink the amount of parasites in your intestinal tract, or completely get rid of them, hopefully. So it's very interesting and valuable information, and very important, because what I've noticed and what I've heard other health practitioners say is that people who have a health condition or have a health challenge and they don't know what it is, they get tested by doctors and get blood work done and all these different biomarkers tested, and they can't find out the problem with them. It's typically usually a parasitic infection, whether it's candida or parasitic worms. So if you have had health problems and you feel healthy, or you feel you're eating healthy and doing all these healthy things, but you don't know what's wrong with you, there's a good chance it could be a parasitic infection, either worms or candida. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of different ways to prevent and or get rid of candida and parasitic worms. Number one, I recommend cloves and or clove essential oil. Cloves are great because first of all, they're a very high ORAC food, meaning they are a very potent antioxidant. And it's beneficial to have very potent antioxidants to keep your body from not having the effects of oxidative stress as much, but specifically for parasites, they're great because what they do is when parasites lay eggs, when parasitic worms lay eggs, the cloves, what they actually do is prevent the parasitic eggs from being laid in the first place. So they're beneficial because they don't allow any more growth or spreading of the parasitic worms. So, sorry, there's like a bird on my window. Oh, it's still there. It's crazy. I wish I could turn the camera on. There's a bird just sitting there on my ledge. It's kind of cool. Anyway, you can hear it now. So cloves are great. Clove oil is great. Also, papaya seeds are great. Papaya seeds really cleanse the intestinal tract really well. The intestinal tract is where most parasites live because that's where they feed and that's where they eat. That's where they eat sugar and nutrients. So cloves, clove oil, papaya seeds, garlic, onion, and cayenne are great. Garlic, onion, and cayenne are all hot and spicy, and parasites hate that. Garlic, onion, cayenne, and what else? There's one more I had right on top of my tongue. Garlic, onion, cayenne, and ginger. Ginger is also great. Anything hot and spicy is great because it creates an uncomfortable space for parasites to live in, and when that space is uncomfortable, they start to move, and then you can excrete them out of your body. That is the goal, to excrete parasites out of your body. The goal is to essentially weaken them through dietary habits and routines, and then excrete them out of your body with the proper detoxification protocols. So once again, garlic, onion, ginger, and cayenne are great. Probiotics are also very beneficial and helpful. Sauerkraut is one, kimchi is another, and kombucha, and non-dairy kefir. So really, when you think of preventing and or getting rid of parasitic worms or a candida infection, what you want to do is think probiotics, hot, and spicy. Okay? So probiotics, hot spices, and then just ginger and other, ginger's hot, but I mean, you know, really just spices in general. So, and also herbs, or a lot of different herbs are beneficial as well. But really you want to include probiotics, hot things, hot spices, probiotics. Those are the two main things. Hot foods, natural whole foods, and probiotics are the strongest two things that you can do to kick them out. And then also what I recommend too is engaging in obviously drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated. You really want to hydrate your intestines because your intestines can easily become dehydrated, and if you aren't hydrating them, you're not going to be able to flush those parasitic worms out of your body. You also want to avoid any types of carbohydrates or sugar, whether it's fruit, bread, rice, anything that breaks down into a simple sugar, especially processed sugar, but really any type of sugar. and just do that for however long it takes you to kind of get rid of those worms. And there's different ways of testing that, biofeedback, or whatever it may be, or just kind of feeling the difference in your own life personally. And then just continue eating probiotics and hot foods and spicy foods. And also I highly recommend taking a supplement called Fiberzon from organicrainforestherbs.com. I'll link that up right below this video. Fiberzon is a synergistic blend of both soluble and insoluble fiber. What that means is that it's soluble and insoluble fiber, meaning fiber that they both change basically in water. One becomes more gooey and elastic, and one stays the same, soluble and insoluble. So they work differently. Some insoluble and soluble fiber are beneficial for your intestines. One of them kind of scrapes and coats the wall of your intestine, and the other one is more like a broom. I forget exactly right now off the top of my head. I believe it's insoluble fiber is the one that just pushes everything through, and soluble fiber is the water absorbing one that turns into more of a goo that kind of cleans the walls of your intestines, and is also beneficial for your arteries as well, for keeping your arteries clean and healthy as well. So Fiberzon is a great supplement. Not only does it include insoluble and soluble fiber both, but also includes a lot of organic, it's not even organic, it's wildcrafted, which is better than organic, herbs from the Amazon rainforest, which are anti-parasitic as well. So Fiberzon and Fiberzon Plus, they're two different supplements, basically the same except for one ingredient difference, and then Fiberzon Refreshing Mint. Those are all and can be found at organicrainforestherbs.com. I personally take those, and I notice my colon and really just my intestinal health in general is much better, and I have bowel movements more frequently. And you want to increase the amount of fiber in your body and in your intestines to really push and pull any parasitic worms and or candida out of your body, along with the hot spices and probiotics. So all these things together are going to improve conditions in your gut and in your intestines to prevent getting parasitic worms or a candida infection in the first place. But if you're like 85, 90, 95% of Americans, you have either parasites in your gut and or candida. So you should do these things just try out and see what happens in your health. If you're having issues with feeling low energy, weird sleep schedule, if you feel your stomach kind of comes awake at night, that could be a sign of parasites, because worms start to kind of eat and feast and awaken at night when we're going to sleep. They have an opposite schedule or circadian rhythm, if you will, than we do. So these things are all beneficial for that. But that's about, 10 different ways to prevent getting parasites and to treat parasites and candida infections. You can read more about all these different things to include in your diet and everything I went over at the article right below this video, as well as learn more about Fiberzon and why I recommend that right below this video at organicrainforestherbs.com as well. So check out the links below. Hopefully that helps you on your journey to living parasite and candida free. Thanks a lot for your time. My name is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free, and make it a great day. Bye.